Well, guys, are you ready to start recording the new podcast episode?
Uh, oh, um, uh,
Ooh,
okay, who's gonna tell him?
I'm not telling him.
I don't want to tell him. I have to tell
Well,
him.
too bad.
Okay, Ryan, here's the thing.
Your adoption.
No, not that thing. The other thing. Ryan, look, we had a unanimous vote, and we decided that we need a bit more out of our Ryan. So, unfortunately, we have decided to replace you with Canadian actor, producer, and comedian Ryan Rodney Reynolds, known for his roles in Deadpool 1 from 2016, Deadpool 2 from 2018, and upcoming movie Fall Guy coming out in 2021. Someone cut me off, please.
Replace these nuts, Lamau.
Team Codered.
You say Fall Guy?
Oh, wait.
Boy.
Let me just say, okay, I'll say that one sentence again. An upcoming movie Free Guy from 2021.
So, you know what would be really funny is if I leave the Fall Guy there?
I'm sorry, I'm caught on Fall Guy. I can't put myself on. Welcome back to TCR On Air, the podcast where we talk about everything and anything and the other thing. Today's topic is going to be celebrities. We're going to be talking crushes, idols, encounters, and today we're going to try and do a bit more of a discussion about celebrity culture because it's a weird thing and there's a lot to say there. So today I am, as usual, Leaf, also known as Mx Codered, and I am joined with Connor, also known as Spooky Bro, Ryan, also known as Incarone, Matt, also known as Glint, Ren, also known as Arma, Brody, also known as TBD, and for the first time on air history, Thomas, also known as Cocoon.
Can I say slurs?
You cannot.
Okay.
Ryan, don't edit that out.
I'm not.
We can't even
A
swear
wonderful
here.
debut from Cocoon. Well, so I think without any further ado, we're just gonna jump right in. And going back to when you were 5 or to just yesterday, we're just gonna share our celebrity crushes, no matter big or small. If you're someone who has an aversion to crushing, then just celebrities you look up to works too. Thomas, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, one time at Fan Expo, I just stared at Finn Wolfhard for a real long time.
That's true.
It was $75 to meet him. I was not going to pay that. I was going to make eye contact with him, though.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
Let's go.
deeply
Oh.
embarrassing.
That's okay.
I was dressed like a wizard.
You're doing wonderful. Okay. Well, at one point, I believe you and I both had a big celebrity crush on Finn Wolfhard, didn't we?
Yeah, if in the case of us both meeting Finn Wolfhard and we had to fight to the death, I would have torn your skin off.
Oh my god.
Don't doubt that. I don't doubt that in the slightest. In fact, at our school, which we don't attend to, and we won't say the name of anyway, there at one point was a picnic bench, where we wrote something about Finn Wolfhard. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like, actually, I don't think I can say.
He's gonna sue the podcast.
Yeah. No, it had a no word, and we weren't saying words, but I'm pretty sure it said "fuck Finn Wolfhard" in a good way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whoever wants to go next can do so.
Oh yeah, this one time I was at Fan Expo dressed up as Finn Wolfhard, and this weird guy just stared at me for like a really long time. I guess my cosplay must have been really good or something.
Sorry, I missed what Brody's was. Well,
Oh, Brody was making fun of me for 8 minutes straight when you were unconscious in that coma.
let's go.
Yeah, I was continuing to just hurl slurs at them for 8 straight minutes.
We have to go over the code of conduct. Hold on, just a second. For our listeners, just give us a moment here. We need to scroll.
Code of cock. Is that allowed?
Sorry,
Red
you're right.
conduct.
I remember you said only 7 minutes at a time, not 8 minutes, right? Okay.
I'm no longer going to be the one who swears the most. Yeah, we're trying to keep swearing down to a
Yeah.
minimum so Ryan doesn't have to censor it, otherwise he will gut you from limb to limb. Anyway, Connor, would you like to go next about celebrity crushes?
Yeah, sure. This is gonna be a pretty short one because I don't really crush on celebrities all that often, but my first celebrity crush was Selena Gomez when I was like little, like a little
Mm.
kid. I used to think she was so pretty, but
You
then
said bud.
I can't stand you. That's why I'm sitting down. Anyway, we got along very well here.
Oh, you're
So
talking about you and Selena Gomez. Just yeah, me and Selena get along
Like,
pretty.
damn, you guys met?
yeah, we're besties.
Yeah, you liked her. You thought she was pretty but ever since she fell into that vat of acid, it's been rough.
Real rough with Selena Gomez ever since she fell into a vat of acid.
Anyway, my current celebrity crush, who I've had a crush on for like years, Hayley Williams from
Didn't see
Paramore.
that coming.
Yeah, she's so good at tennis.
Okay. As of now, the meme that's been going around is like the Mortitwai airplanes thing. And it's just been such a weird thing to associate Hayley Williams with Twilight Sparkle. I never thought I'd have to do that, but here we are.
Okay.
But I've had a crush
This-
on her for a long time. Like, she's stunning. She's just so pretty. How can one person be that pretty? What the heck? That's impossible. Like, is she even real?
Are you even real?
Don't get me started.
Okay. Well, you know what, Connor? That's a good question. Are celebrities real people? We'll get back to that.
Some of them.
The answer may shock you.
They were
Not,
all fabricated in a lab
Doctors hate them.
by the lizards.
not after I'm done with them, they won't be.
Oh,
Good stuff. All right, who's next? I'm just gonna start volunteering people.
Does anybody else have celebrity crushes?
I was
really
on
don't
like
have any standouts.
crushes.
Yeah, I
or
don't have
just-
any. And it doesn't have to be a crush. It can just be a celebrity you admire.
Well, this was a crush. I was in love with Robert Sheehan for like a
Oh,
solid year.
True.
I was in love with that man.
understandable.
I vividly remember that. Yeah.
I watched 2 seasons of Misfits because those were the only 2 he was in, and I dropped the show, and I've never regretted it because he was the only one that mattered to me.
Fair enough.
This one's not a celebrity crush. It's just a celebrity I admire so much. Mark Hamill. I
Oh.
admire that man.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's
So
my
friggin'
celebrity
much.
crush.
I love Mark Hamill and everything he does. He's just the best.
That's true. Mark's a pretty great guy. He's up there. He's up there, definitely.
He is an incredible voice actor.
That is true.
He's so talented. Like
What
in
he's able to do with his
everything.
voice, like the way he does the Joker, is just he's one of my favorite Jokers. Just all the
Mhm.
life he puts into it.
Hey Matt,
Yeah?
you're my favorite Joker.
Me, Crazy Frog, is just a normal frog.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, don't be shy.
That's accurate.
Say what you want to say.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Classic.
That's my favorite Mark Hamill line.
Yeah, Thomas is my favorite Mark Hamill too. Okay, okay. Matt, do you have anything else you want to say about Mr. Ham?
Mr. Ham, other than he's just the best person ever.
Yeah, I really liked his TikTok debut.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was on there.
And everyone got mad at him for instantly getting like 1 million followers.
Even though he's a huge celebrity.
Yeah,
He is
Yeah.
literally Luke Skywalker.
exactly.
What? Popular? God.
Or just like there must always be one Mark Hamill, so all you have to do is just vanquish Mark Hamill in Mortal Kombat, and then boom, you'll become Mark Hamill. And
Are you
and-
telling
and-
me
and-
it's
fine.
like
Like
the Santa Claus situation?
You put on Mark Hamill's jacket.
If you kill Mark Hamill, you get to be Mark Hamill. Hey guys, I know what we're gonna do next weekend.
Mark
Well, we
Hamill,
have a-
watch your back.
Yeah, if Mark Hamill is listening to this, what are you doing?
Somehow.
How did you find us?
Wait,
That's all.
okay. We got to decide who's gonna kill Mark Hamill though, because then
Got it.
they'll get to be
I think we should
martyrs.
all throw snowballs at the roof and see until he falls.
No, that's not a bad idea.
I think the real Mark Hamill was the friends who made along the way.
You're so
maybe I have to
wise.
come back to this.
Okay, anyway.
No, we're still
Crap, I
on this
forgot.
because I just thought
Okay.
of a horrifying thing. Santa
Go
Claus
for it.
is noticeable by his jolly red suit.
Yeah.
So you wear the suit and become Santa Claus. Do you just wear his skin? Do you wear Mark Hamill's skin to become him? Like a little skin
So,
suit?
anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, that's
I was thinking like his Jedi robe or something, you know?
that's what I was thinking.
That thing that he wears all the time.
I don't really
Yeah,
want
yeah, he constantly is wearing that thing.
He wears it under his clothes so you can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to talk about Mark Hamill's skin suit anymore. So let's move on. Who else has a celebrity that they either have had a big crush on or that they admire? Big
Okay.
deep into your childhoods.
I guess I'll go.
Go for it.
Yeah, woohoo.
Okay, not a crush because it's me. But admiration, Matt Mercer.
Mm-hmm. Saw that one going.
Fair.
I love that
The
guy in the
man
Mercer
has
Report.
so many goddamn talents. I don't know how. He's a voice actor. He can also draw and sing
Nice.
and dance because there's a video on YouTube of him doing just dance to like applause, I think. That's
Mm.
great. But yeah, no, him. Also, I only found him because of D&D because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. You're a nerd.
All
But that's really the big. I don't have any others.
That's all right.
I don't. Yeah, I just don't know many people.
That's okay.
I want to talk about Mark Hamill's skin again.
No. Are there any other celebrities you want to talk about, Brody? Go for it. But please, no more Mark Hamill flesh.
Let's talk about Matt Mercer's skin.
Yeah.
No!
So supple, am I right?
God, no. Brody, do you have an actual celebrity that you look up to or would like to smooch?
I don't know. I only watch 2D animated men all day. Yeah, I genuinely don't know. Let me freaking look through my music library for a second. Oh, Will Smith. Just saying, Wild Wild West by Will Smith. Oh my gosh, Will Smith makes some good music.
makes music?
What?
Will Smith makes music?
Yeah. Well, not really anymore, but he did a bunch of the music for the new Aladdin movie he was in. Do you remember when he did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and stuff? I don't know. He used to be.
Yeah, he made the theme song.
Yeah, it's
he wrote the theme. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How'd you know? Okay, I'm sending you. Oh, no, okay. We got to play on Rhythm by Wild Wild West by Will Smith later.
He did Getting Jiggy with it.
That's what I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, he
It's
was-
it's like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. You know, they used to make music and then they're now big actor people.
Mhm.
Oh, it seems he's written Men in Black for Men in Black, the album.
Let's go.
It seems he also did the song "Will" by Will Smith. Oh yeah, he hasn't made an actual album since 2005. But my goodness, Wild Wild West, that goes hard. If you go to Will Smith on Apple Music and scroll all the way down, it shows More to See, and it's just Will Smith and James Corden carpool karaoke, and then Will Smith and James Corden explicit.
Now
Oh.
Hold on.
hold on for a sec.
Oh, I clicked the link and it gave my computer a virus.
Yeah, it'll do that to you.
Yeah.
Will Smith, why? I feel like James Corden is kind of just a virus.
I don't want to talk about. The other day, I caught my grandparents watching the
No, I
live-action Cats movie.
What?
Why?
Also, Will Smith and what was it? Shark Tales, or what was that fish movie?
I'm pretty
Shark
sure it's Shark
Tales.
Tales.
No, it's
Like the female lead in that one. That's my celebrity crush. Not the person who plays it, the actual fish. Just to be clear.
Cool. All right, good to know.
Hold on, I want to know her name. Let me Google this woman fish.
I'm gonna need a
from
restraining
Shark
order.
Yeah, me too.
Hey guys, I have a new fan art Friday idea. It's a little
Lola.
controversial.
Please tell me
No.
you're not going to say Brody kissing the fish from Shark Tales.
I have
Please
bad
tell me you're
news.
gonna say that.
Hey, listen, if you want to do it, go for it. And
Doesn't mean we're gonna post it.
anyway,
Well,
I don't
no.
want to think about Brody kissing fish anymore.
Yeah, I think we should move on from Brody kissing fish.
Yeah. Okay, so
I
Brody,
think we
you're
should spend more time on Lola from Shark Tales.
Less
Nope.
is love.
none. So, Ryan, do you have any celebrities you admire or care about in the slightest?
I guess maybe like Ashley Johnson because I really liked her in Infinity Train. Like that voice acting was god tier.
Especially the fact that she played Tulip and then Mirror Tulip in back-to-back seasons and still made them like very different.
Unique characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, that takes a lot of skill.
it does. Talent. She's also in Critical Role with Matt Mercer, right, Ren?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go. Crossover. Okay, stop sending pictures of Lola Fish.
Oh my god. We stopped something over fish in the chat.
You said that
God
with such a
damn
pain in your soul.
Just
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
context for the people at home.
No, I think they have all the context they need.
3 pictures isn't that bad.
Oh, come on.
Do you think there's a fan cam of her?
Sorry, I just
Well,
clicked there.
Cocoon, it was nice having you for your first and last time on the On Air podcast. The door is that way.
I can't walk. I'm here. I can't walk out the door. I'm here until further notice.
Okay, I think it's time we move on.
Maybe our buddy Ryan Reynolds will come and wheel you out.
God, I wish.
He's gonna carry
Anyways,
me bridal style.
Leaf, I think you should talk about your thing.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Well, first, you know what? I might as well talk about Ryan Reynolds because he is a celebrity that. Okay, first of all, I'd count as my crush because he's just a great guy. He's a really nice guy. Overall, he's Canadian. He's cool. He's funny.
Ryan Reynolds turns straight men gay.
Yeah, exactly. He has that.
Yeah.
I'm neither straight nor a man, but I'm gay. I don't know. He's cool.
And this
But
fish turns gay men straight.
oh my God, why is that human Lola Fish fan art in the chat?
Look, that was the last one. Okay, I promise
Okay,
that was the last one.
All right.
You think there aren't other
Yeah,
ways
why are
of
there
me
so many
getting it?
pictures of the fish from Shark Tale?
I'm done. I'm done with this. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He just. Sorry, I throw up there. Ryan Reynolds. He is just a really nice guy, and he's really funny, and I like a lot of the stuff he does. He just seems like a really genuine, cool dude. Like that movie he's making, the Adam Project. Do any of you guys know about that?
No, I
I think
don't.
it was a film that he made, I think himself, and basically all he wanted out of it was to only cast actors who aren't like known actors for the most part, and are all like minority groups to give them just a chance to shine on the screen.
That's cool.
And it does have some big names like Mark Ruffalo and Zoe Saldana, but like I remember on his Instagram, he was like telling people to send in their auditions. No more Shark Tale, please.
Okay, just one more funny image. One more funny image.
The Adam Project is still in the works.
Yeah, it's still in the works, but I follow him on Instagram, so like I saw when he was like asking people who are from minority groups, he was saying like people of color and like LGBT people like to audition for it, and I remember he then a few months later unveiled the cast, and I just thought that was a really cool thing that he did because I'm pretty sure he like paid for most of it, like flying these unknown actors out, so it was just a really cool thing to do. So he always has my respect for that. But anyway, you know who I'm actually going to talk about. Why Shark Tale on the Apple Watch?
Shark Tale on the
Shark Tale
Apple
on the
Watch
Apple
for
Watch?
today.
Did you know that the most recent Shark work on Archive of Our Own published in the Shark Tale fandom tag was from the 21st July 2021?
Cool.
Well, what was it about?
I think it's a crossover.
Hey guys, can
Done a
we?
crossover with Smallfoot, Book of Life, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wreck-It Ralph. Just a whole lot of stuff in there.
Hey guys, can we cancel the celebrity talk podcast and just turn it into a Shark Tale podcast,
We
please?
can
No,
cancel
please, for the
you.
love of God, no.
There's an
There's some
explicit
good
fic
stuff
with
to
Jar
talk
Jar
about.
Binks and
Yeah,
Oscar from Shark
can we
Tale.
please like
Okay, cool.
continue to the
Yeah, let's just
Leaf
server
Sim
mute
Powers.
Guardian Thomas.
Leaf Sim Powers.
I don't think I want to live anymore.
we need to start talking about the Leaf simpage.
Okay, yeah. I'll save anyone after Ryan Reynolds because there are a few celebrities I've admired in my life. But on July 9th, which is from the day of recording a month ago, me and Jillian, Miss Code Beans, we watched Black Widow, and we are like, oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, that Florence Pugh, she's in it. She's kind of pretty. And then a few days later, we both just fell into just the pipeline of pure simpage. And ever since then, my Discord name, I changed my Discord icon to be Florence Pugh because I'm a simp. I'm down bad. Okay, I admit it. Because Florence Pugh is like just Florence Pugh is to me what Hayley Williams is to Connor. Is so pretty to me. And Jillian and I just kind of agreed that we're both just gonna simp over her badly. Jillian has said worse things than I have. I kind of want to say one of them, but it would have to be censored for sure. So Jillian could share without context something about the nectar of the gods. You can leave that up to your imagination. But yeah.
I think I will. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You should.
never think about that, actually.
Good. Yeah, me
I
neither.
appreciate the modesty.
Yeah. I don't know. Florence Pugh was just amazing, and I went and saw Black Widow in theaters again because it just had that good of an impression. And Jillian got me the Funko Pop of Florence Pugh's character in that movie, and we bought a Lego set that had her character. And then we watched the horror movie Midsummer because she was in it too, but that movie was disturbing. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's a horror movie. What did you expect?
Yeah. It wasn't even really a horror movie. It was just creepy.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't it about a cult?
I think so, in
Mhm.
like
It is.
Sweden or
Yeah.
Finland.
It's a Swedish cult.
I've been wanting to watch it for like a while. It just looks good.
I
It was good. But you'll
I
be
read the
super
Wikipedia.
uncomfortable. You read the what?
I read the Wikipedia article because I didn't want to watch the actual movie because I was like, I've seen some of the cinematography. That's the word. And it was good, but I've seen it in GIFs, and I don't want to watch the actual movie because it'll disturb me. So I read the
Yeah.
Wikipedia article.
It will disturb you immensely, and it left me and Jillian just like, oh, was it worth it? And I also really want to watch a movie she was in called Little Women, but she's co-stars with Timothy Chalamet, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. But
That man's shaped like a triangle.
he literally is. He's just been Wolfhard, but taller and like dying more, I think, a little bit.
I heard that his mother
Yeah.
was a human and his father was a Dorito.
He
I
kind
ate
of looks
his
like an
dad.
alien.
They use pictures of him as examples in math class when they're trying to be like, yeah, he adds up to 180 degrees.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah. It was just I was just obsessed. She has these little cooking vlogs she does, and she did this one video for Vogue where she just eats 11 English dishes, and it's just so funny. It just makes me happy. But luckily, the face has died down enough finally. But I don't know. I've literally never hyperfixated on a celebrity like that before, and I think everyone else is glad that I'm finally done because it took up a lot of my brain space. But now I have different brain routes, so.
Yeah, hyperfixate on fictional characters like
Yeah.
regular people.
Yeah. You're a regular person. Listen, at least I'm not one of those accounts that exists solely to log every single piece of clothing worn by a certain person.
You were like 3 steps away from that.
I absolutely was not.
Like during peak simpage.
I did not make.
3
I didn't even
steps
make
away.
it. No. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. I'm sure if Jillian was here, she'd have some things to say, but I don't know if they'd be PG. But I think if no one else has any others, did anyone not get to share one that they wanted to? No?
You say you've never reached that height of simpage, but What about Lil Nas X?
Oh, Nas! Listen.
I'm listening. Yeah.
Lil Nas X. He is a gem. I mean, at this point, theoretically, Brody, Sean, Eddie, and I reviewed his album a few months back. So if that's not enough to say that I very much like that man. I very much like that man. I think he's very cool, and I love him. And I almost got to meet him. Except I didn't get to, but I came kind of close, and that's good enough for me. Yeah, I like Lil Nas X. He's really cool.
Simp.
He's gay. I'm not.
You're not gonna what?
Hello.
Sorry, I just had to type it because I didn't want to say it out loud. My laptop's really laggy, so it's just. Oh, right there we go. it wasn't supposed to, it wasn't supposed to capitalize. Lil Nas X is really cool, and I genuinely love him a lot just because it's so cool to see just like a black gay man who is so popular, because that's just what the world needs, and he's so amazing, and he's genuinely really talented. He's more celebrity I look up to than like just have a crush on. I'd be lying if I said I don't have a celebrity crush on him, though. But I just genuinely love and respect everything he does. At the time of recording this, the album's not out, but I'm so excited. It's so close. I want it. I want it now. Yeah.
He's like
Thank
a good mix of both, like celebrity crush and I respect you so much.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Exactly.
He is very hot though.
He is very hot. So I could share that little story about how I almost got to meet him with my brother, because that can segue us into any other celebrity encounters we've had, if any. Go for it. So this was just like this summer when Old Town Road released, and so did his EP. So this was like at the height of the start of his popularity. And I was in Calgary with my brother during the Calgary Stampede, and Nas was going to be performing for one of the nights. And so Cam and I were like, let's go see Lil Nas X. Unfortunately, you had to be 18, and I wasn't. My brother was, so I wasn't going to get to see him no matter what. But then we had to go on a hike, so Cam, that's my brother, didn't get to meet Lil Nas X either. So, oh well.
Let's
That's how
talk
we-
about your brother and the
Let's-
horrible TikTok he made me look at with my
Let's-
eyes.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
let's talk about Cam.
You can't talk about my brother.
I
Somebody else
feel
share
like
celebrity.
we're making Mx Codered so upset this episode.
Yeah, that's what the episode title will be. Mx Codered suffers. Yeah, celebrity encounters.
Getting kicked out of TCR speedrun.
Any percent or less.
Percent.
Yeah. So if anyone has any encounters, that ranges from just like them liking your comment on Instagram to like actually having a verbal conversation. Anything in that range is valid. And Thomas's Finn Wolfhard story is good.
Oh, I mean, I got another one with
go for it.
one of the cast members of It.
Ooh. Was
You
it?
remember, it was Wyatt Olive. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry to Wyatt. But
Wyatt.
I need to find a specific message. It might be a while to find. I did meet the lady from the Big Comfy Couch once.
Me too.
She looked sad, didn't she?
I almost did.
When did you meet her?
Like a few years ago. It was at like that one really awful looking like comic, like quote unquote Comic-Con. It was like a room. It was downtown. She looked sad and she was there.
My encounter was much more surreal than that, but I promise it did actually happen. I feel like I have to share it now.
Please do.
So this is gonna sound obscure and weird no matter how I say it, but I met her on a crescent moon shaped church service island. Excuse me, not. Yeah, so I grew up in a religious family, and one Sunday we drove out and took a boat. We were at the service, and I was just sitting around, and my grandpa's like, "Hey, like, do you recognize that lady right there?" I'm like, "What? Who?" And he's like, "That girl right there. Like, you know who that is, right?" I'm like, "No, who is that?" And he's like, "That's that girl Lunette from Big Happy Couch." I'm like, "What? Actually?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's her." So I proceeded to go and hide behind a tree for the next hour because I was too scared to talk to her. Yeah, it was pretty good. So that was my experience. I met her on a crescent moon shaped island and hid from her the whole time because I was too intimidated. My brother was there for that one too. So there you go. That's all I had to say about that. But Connor, did you say you also almost met her? I guess Connor's dead. Matt, do you have any sorts of encounters?
What?
Oh, Connor, Connor, you said that
I what?
you said that you also almost met Lunette from Big Comfy Couch.
Yeah, I almost did. It was like the same place you guys are talking about, but I don't remember why we couldn't go, but like I had the opportunity to meet her.
Okay.
I was kind of sad.
I
Well-
have not met celebrity.
Me either.
Well, it doesn't. Like I said, it could just be something as little as them liking your retweet on Twitter.
I found my thing.
I don't use Twitter.
Oh. That's true. This is the Wyatt Olaf one.
Yeah, it was in his Discord server.
Oh, right, you were in his Discord.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. There are too many people. Someone said cashews doesn't look like a real word, and I said, "Did you know that they come from a fruit? Did you know that?" And then Wyatt Olaf responded with this, which says, "Please don't quote Tobuscus right now." And that was the only interaction I ever had with him.
That's amazing. There you go, 2 for 2. That's pretty solid.
I have had like something similar to that, but like a few like minor celebrities replying to like my comments on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Like Gerard Way's wife, Lindsay Way. She replied to one of my comments on Twitter.
That's
I was
good.
pogging. And a few years back, Melanie Martinez also replied to one of my comments on Instagram because I was like first to comment on one of her posts.
So,
Was your comment first?
No, my comment was not
oh,
first.
thank God. Thank God. Yeah, my respect for you was about to just drop completely.
I'm surprised you even had the respect for me in the first place.
Well, you were a respectful and respectable individual, so.
Jacksepticeye
Anyway, that is
liked
all.
one of my Tumblr posts.
What?
It was about him playing the video game Hive Swap, which is a Homestuck offshoot, and I was like, I'm really excited for Jacksepticeye to play this, and then he liked it. Here's my photo evidence.
Oh my god.
No way.
It was really cool how Andrew Hussey got completely screwed over by that company that he got
The Odd
to...
Gentleman.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, The Odd Gentleman. They were like, cool, you've raised like 750,000. I can't count or say numbers. That much money? Cool. Let me just yoink.
750,000 money.
Yeah, that number. They just like yoink. So the game's out now, so.
Now an intermission. Has this ever happened to you? You're walking in the street and a tall man
No.
tells you, hey, come into... Oh, okay, never mind. We will now return to our regular...
I'm sorry.
I was trying to fill the space. If no one else has any, I have like a couple, but if anyone else has any, that's nice.
Brody, please say that. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, so I run an art account, or I used to. I don't really post on it anymore, but I was really into My Hero Academia, and there's this guy Camille who made a song called Bakugo about, Bakugo, the character from My Hero, and so I posted it. And he texted and said thanks for making it, but he didn't like the post. I think the same thing happened with another startup artist as well, but I can't remember.
Hey, I mean that's
so good.
That gives me the vibe of what was that one tweet where like some celebrity retweeted fan art? I was like, I made you fan art, do you like it? And she was like, no, but like I fuck with you for trying.
Yeah, fair though. It was
so mean.
Not good fan art on my behalf, but
that's okay. That's okay. You've grown in height. So tall.
I could climb you like a tree.
I think all of us could, except for Renner.
Hold on, let me get the post and send it to the recording chat.
It's like that one thing where Tyler Oakley or something was practicing. He was like, and he was like, "Here's a cover song of Shawn Mendes song," and Shawn Mendes replied, and Tyler Oakley was like, "Oh my god, we should collab," and then like he was like, "No, but keep trying."
Classic. That's a pretty good chart, Cody.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm sorry to Tyler Oakley for getting him confused with Shawn Mendes. They're the same person to me.
Hey, speaking of Sean's, there's a very cool artist that most of us all know, Tyler Oakley. I think I was just gonna make an non-legally obligated shout out to Sean Ghedi. If you aren't listening to Sean Ghedi's music right now, that's probably because you're listening to this podcast. But afterwards, you should go listen to our good friend Sean Ghedi because their music is amazing. So, and they were also on this podcast, episode 5. If you haven't seen it. Very cool person, and you can learn about them in that episode. But anyway, are there any other stories people have? Because I think I have a few of mixed varieties. I'm gonna sit here silently and hope someone says something.
I want food. I'll
Go,
be back.
All right.
go, Link. It's you. You're up. You're on the pedestal. Start talking.
Okay. The first one, we're going chronological order, was when I was very little, and I got to meet the Wiggles. I know. Don't come for my autograph all at once. I got a picture with the 4 Wiggles, my father, my stuffed plush, Captain Feathersword. Okay, never mind. That's it. I just had to look at the framed photo. But I got to meet the Wiggles on 2 occasions, went to their concerts. And the second time was definitely the best because I had front row seats that time. And that was when I had made fan art for them and I threw it onto the stage mid performance. And Sam the Yellow Wiggle picked it up and he was like, "Wow, guys." And he showed the other Wiggles on stage. And that was probably the best day of like 6-year-old me's life because the Yellow Wiggle looked at my fan art on stage. And then the security guard got mad at me for throwing something on the stage. So that was fun too.
And then the security guard threw you out of the thing, and then you actually died there. This is actually your ghost talking to us right now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so met the Wiggles, if you count that. Because the first time I like I said, I got a picture with them, and then I also gave them fan art. So there was that. A couple times I had interactions from actors and shows I like a character who plays Lapis Lazuli in Steven Universe liked a comment of mine. The person who plays Pidge in Voltron liked to comment. A few others, but like probably the craziest one was a couple 1 or 2 years ago, and it was actually like the most insane thing ever because so there's this actor named Brandon Michael Hall who probably most of you don't know, but he starred in a show called God Friended Me, which is his plot was he plays the main character Miles, who is an atheist who gets a friend request from God, and this God account sends him the names of people who need help, and so Miles just goes around helping them while also trying to figure out who's behind the account. Really cool show. I literally don't know a single other person who ever watched it, but I thought it was really great. And so for the season 2 premiere, Brandon was doing a live stream, like a live watch party with his Instagram followers. And after the episode was done, he was letting some people in, adding them to the live stream to just chat. And so I was like, you know what, might as well throw my hat in the ring. Like I was a bit younger, so it was pretty close to my bedtime. But I was like, you know what, why not? Might as well try. And to my excitement and also horror, he accepted me. My hair was a bit of a mess, but whatever. And so then I got loaded into the live stream and I got to talk to him and just like have a conversation. And it was really, really cool. My heart was pounding because I was so nervous, but it was really sick because he was just super friendly and he let me talk to him like about the show. He asked me about my favorite episode and stuff. And so it was only like a 5-minute conversation, but I was on cloud 9. And then the next week, for the second episode of the season, he did another live stream, rinse and repeat, let people into the stream, and I was like, what are the odds to let me in again? And he picked me again. He was just doing it at random, but I got loaded in and he stopped and he pointed. He's like, "You were here last week too." And I was like, "Yeah." So I was already like, "Oh my God, he remembers me." And so then we were talking again. And just like the other time, he was just super chill. He was talking to me if I'm into acting and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm in drama class right now. And it was just the coolest thing ever because I don't really plan on pursuing dramatic arts ever, but he was telling me to like just keep on going with acting and like try and get involved. And the coolest thing he ever said was like, I'll see you up here one day." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." So I made sure to I screen recorded it right before I got added in. I hit screen record. So there's no sound to it, but I do have the video of me chatting with him. So if you can read lips, there you go. But that was just the coolest thing ever because he was like giving me advice and tips, but just him telling me that like one day uh, I could be up there. It's never gonna happen because I don't really want to do that anymore. It was the most insane thing ever, and just like it was so surreal. Even now, just thinking about it. Um, so yeah, there was that. I probably have a few more, but Brody, do you have one?
Oh yeah, you were just talking about live streams, and it reminded me back in October, I think it was. I was during the summer. I was really into a band from Toronto, just to start a band, Crash Atoms. I thought they were really cool. They didn't have too many followers, but their song was kind of like a hit of the summer. And so I kept watching their live streams. And one time I was just like in the comments, and I said, like, dang, I gotta go study for a test, and they wished me luck on my kinesiology test for the next day, and that was just the sweetest thing ever.
That is so
You
nice.
you should go check them out. They're like a small little band, but they're really good, really poppy. And one other thing that reminded me of, I love watching Travis McElroy's Twitch channel, because he only ever has like a few hundred people in there, so it's like a nice small community. He's the guy from like Mabam Bam
He's
and
so nice in it.
and the Adventure Zone. He's so sweet. Oh man, I love that man so much.
I love him.
Yeah, and so sometimes I'll just be like chatting in the comments, and he always responds to comments. So he said my name or whatever, my screen name, and it just made me so happy. He's so sweet.
I mentioned previously I was in love with Robert Sheehan, and that was because I had watched The Umbrella Academy. And when The Umbrella Academy's first season came out, I was obsessed with it. We didn't know anything about Klaus's partner Dave, his boyfriend. They weren't married. And I wanted to find out more because people were like, well, we barely got anything with them. Let's find out. So I messaged his actor, Cody Simpson. That's not his name. It can't be his name.
Wasn't that the singer guy?
Yeah. Wait, okay, yeah, it seems to... Okay, yeah, it was Cody Simpson. No. Why did that come up for... It's Cody Ray Thompson. I just decimated this guy. Sorry, Cody Ray Thompson. That poor man. Because I searched up Cody Simpson Umbrella Academy, and the first thing that popped up was Umbrella Academy Season 1, Robert Sheehan and Cody ... So I was like, okay, I'm right. I wasn't. Anyway,
Nice.
I had a bunch of conversations with him about like stuff that his character Dave liked, which was really cool because I was like, well, what type of music does he like, stuff like that. So that was fun to like figure out stuff before we actually got like a season 2 or anything.
That's neat.
I'm sorry, I just decimated that man on the podcast. I'm so sorry. He's not listening probably, but if he is, God.
If he is, then hi. Sorry, we forgot your name.
They both end with son.
That's true. Yeah, I don't blame you. Listen, you got his first name right, so what more can you expect? Well, Thomas, you brought up a good one. I guess like celebrities don't have to be like big top celebrities. Because Thomas reminded me about my favorite streamer who I've mentioned in a few other episodes. DGR Dave, he's my favorite streamer ever. He's a super nice, family-friendly guy. Plays Mario all the time. And I've just had a few nice encounters in his chat because he tries to reply when he can. He has a pretty big community, so he doesn't always respond to everything. But the greatest night ever in his community was one night where I was watching his stream, and it was the night before my brother had to move away for university. So I had to leave because my brother just wanted to spend some time with me. was like, I gotta go. And he was like, yeah, like have fun with your brother. See you later. But my brother got back and he was still streaming. So I was like, I'm back. And he's like, oh, nice, you're back. And he was doing some online multiplayer with viewers. And so I was like, all right, I got to try and get in here. And I made it in. And it made my night because when he saw I was in, he was like, Leaf Brutes, like, you're in here. And that just made my day because he just seemed so excited. And I was like, this is the best. And then I beat him. I beat him in his own game.
IRL. You beat him up, and now he.
I did not. Oh,
You beat him up,
no.
bleeding on the floor.
No, I didn't. But I did actually beat him in that round, and it was so cool because he was like, wow, like I was clever, like not doing that other thing. There was no strategy. I wasn't actually clever, but it felt nice to be praised by this dude who I looked up to. And unfortunately, I still watch him, not as often as I used to because I literally had nothing to do back then. So I'm not as active there. But it's always just really nice to be noticed in streams like that. But to actually get to play against him is so cool. I also made him fan art one time, and he retweeted it, so that was awesome. But that's all I've got there. So,
Let's talk about Jeremy Renner.
no,
No.
that's enough. Okay, I do have something to say about Jeremy Renner. He's gonna be in the Hawkeye show. You know who else
Yeah.
is gonna be in the Hawkeye show? Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
So anyway, but
that's what I'm talking about.
this is going to be the last call for any sort of stories like that before we move into our next segment. Last call.
Criticism.
So we just thought it'd
And
be
we can
neat.
talk about Jeremy.
I mean, we're going to do something a bit differently than we normally do. Because after talking about all these things like celebrity crushes and celebrity encounters, we're going to like kind of acknowledge like how weird that is, that like what makes that encounter so much more special than just like any other person. Like how celebrities are just seen as like they just get to live like higher people and they're just praised and idolized. And like celebrity crushes, it's like, well, you're never gonna meet this person. And like, yeah, you're not, because like they definitely don't know you exist, which is just a weird thing. And there's a lot to say there, I think, about just celebrity culture in general. And that's all we got. So bye.
Yeah, I would say that just the idea of having an unhealthy obsession with with celebrities is just a very strange idea to me. Just because it's like they are talented. Like there's a reason why they're popular because they've done something to give them notoriety, but at the same time to put them on such a high pedestal is so bizarre. Because at the end of the day, they're just a normal person.
Exactly. But they don't get treated like such. Like they're treated like higher. Like celebrities on social media get that blue check mark. And really all that means is that it's like this is the real person, but like it's just kind of seen like a status symbol. Like they get so much status because they were given a platform for their talent.
I mean, I feel like the verification thing is more of to say, hey, yeah, this is the real account. Everything else is fake.
I mean, blue check marks on Twitter.com. I believe it's supposed to be like someone looked into it. It's like, oh, it's how like if you've got an article written about you, then you get a blue check mark. So that's why you have like a lot of journalists with like 100 followers that like you never heard of because their names are at the bottom of like articles they've written.
Oh, that's interesting.
Does this mean we can write an article about ourselves?
Probably.
Let's
let's
go.
do it. It's different from platform to platform. Because I know some things like you need to have a certain following to get that verification. Sometimes you just need ID. But I know for a fact that like your Instagram experience also changes because I think it might also like filter your DMs. I'm not totally sure though.
There's a way to filter it by like follower count or something with verified people.
Yeah. Also, on the other side of that high worshipping, it's also people being stands, I guess. People being so obsessed with this person that they constantly want content from them, but it's like they can't because the sense of entitlement of I deserve content from you, I deserve you to make things for me. but
Exactly.
again, they're just a person. They can get burnt out, and they can also just not want to do these things. They also don't owe you anything because
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they're just people. Like the one example that comes to mind about like people obsessing over every little content. I just remember that one time where Dream posted an audio clip of him breathing, and somebody got it tattooed.
It was Corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did I
that's
say? Did I say Dream?
Yeah, you said Dream.
Yeah.
I meant Corpse. Yeah. Sorry.
They're all the same person. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
they're all the same to me. But I just thought that was like really weird that someone got his breathing tattooed on them because he's just a guy. Like he's just a guy with a voice condition. Obviously, like he's talented, but like I think I would not feel comfortable if somebody tattooed my voice onto them.
We got a restraining order. That's
Yeah.
scary.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said about like those obsessions, because that obsession could be like a form of escapism for
Yeah.
their own life and all that. Like
Mhm.
there is like reasoning behind. You can probably find reasoning behind it, but it's still an unhealthy thing.
Yeah. We absolutely aren't. No hate to anyone who obsesses over people. No hate at all. You're free to do whatever you want. We're just analyzing.
It's just like it is, because some people just like it's a way to cope with like what they're dealing with.
Yeah. I can't imagine how that would feel to be like once you're up there. Like you're basically just on like another plane of living. Because now you get to mingle with all these other big time celebrities, and like once you get your breakout role, like success is just going to come a lot easier to you. And then there's just all these little people down there that are just like, give me your feet. And you're like, oh man, I don't want to give you that.
Well, that's the only thing they can see because they're so small and little.
My feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can only see your feet.
Oh yeah, because yeah, okay.
I mean, same thing alongside like when I was earlier talking like about how I wasn't gonna pay $75 to meet Finn Wolfhard for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he's the same age as me.
Mhm. Right?
Why do I have to pay $75 to meet someone who could be my classmate?
Exactly. Like literally, he could be your classmate. Same with so many young actors and like just other popular internet celebrities.
All right. So, I guess adding on to like how people look up to celebrities as a coping mechanism. Also, it's like used as kind of like a window into wealth. Like for example, the Kardashians and their show.
Mm.
People would want to watch that, so they're like, wow, look at them living so luxuriously. Wow, I wish I could have that. And they just kind of watch that show so they know what it's like and maybe can feel a little bougie themselves.
Yeah, but I also don't understand that desire to have such an excessive, extreme amount of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
It's like, yeah, money is important. It's nice to have money, but at a certain point, it stops. Like, once you get like an acceptable amount of an acceptable flow income, to where you can actually survive and live well. It like money stops being that important, because it's like, what are you gonna do with it? Like, you're gonna buy yourself a yacht, but why would you need a yacht? You're not gonna do anything with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're probably only gonna use it like once per 12 years, just to be like, hey, look, I have money. When at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter.
I was thinking like the people who will go out of their way to defend people who criticize like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. It's like, no. They don't need to help anyone. They're allowed to just like be the most rich people in the world and just keep on ruining it. Like I love these guys because they also for some reason just idolize those guys and want to be just like them.
It's like, again, like money is important to have, because this is capitalism and all that. But it's like at a certain to a certain extent.
I don't know. It's really surreal that they're just like held to these higher standards. Like talking about all those celebrity encounters, like you just take away their popularity, then those encounters would not be even slightly special. They're just special because so many people know them.
It's also like people kind of stop seeing them as a person and just as a
Yeah.
celebrity.
Exactly.
Yeah, where it's like, Or even people are like, oh wow, this is this popular person. I've never seen anything that they've ever made. I just know that they're popular, so I will take a picture with them, even though I know nothing about them whatsoever. Which is like, they're not even a fan or anything. They're just like, popular person. Let me go take a picture just because they're popular. And then, of course, and then boom, you get 12,000 likes. Because there's also that idea of, oh, I want the notoriety as well.
Yeah. And it's actually an interesting segue to go from there would be about like taking pictures of celebrities. They also have to deal with the paparazzi constantly. Like once you're up there, like your humanity kind of is reduced. Like you're just a celebrity, and like that content that people constantly want is being sought after because like they can't go for dinner without having camera people in the windows being like, "Oh my God, look at that steak they're eating!" Click, click, click.
I know there's this clip of Keanu Reeves. He's completely like covered up head to toe, and you can barely tell that it's Keanu. And it's very clear that he just doesn't want to be recognized,
Yeah.
and he's trying to get his motorcycle to work because it's like well, the engine's all messed up. So he's like desperately trying to get the engine to turn on. There's just a bunch of people being like, "Oh my gosh, it's Keanu!" And he's just like, "Please, no, leave me alone."
Leave him alone. I think wasn't it Connor mentioned that he had a crush on Selena Gomez earlier?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. I saw a celebrity video or paparazzi video of Selena Gomez, and like she looks genuinely sad and upset, and they were bugging her for videos, and she was like, "Please just leave me alone. Like we need to do this though, Selena." And she just defeatedly was like, "Okay." Like she just clearly was just trying to go about her day, but the cameras would not get out of her face. And personally, I if I were in that situation, I don't know. I would not be able to handle it.
I would start biting.
I'd just tell them to F off.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. I mean, sure, that's mean or whatever, but it's like, that's very, that's not very fair to the celebrity as well, because they're just trying to live their own life. They don't want to be recognized. They just want to have a normal day, and then they get cameras constantly being pushed in their face.
They didn't ask for that. But then, of course, if they tell them to like screw off, then suddenly all this new press is like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that Incarone from TCR is actually a jerk." No one is surprised.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so suddenly they're labeled as like a terrible person and all that, but it's like, no, they just, yeah, they just want to have a normal day. And it's like also with like all the people that they constantly meet, some people are going to have a bad interaction with them just because you might just find them at a wrong time when they're just done with everything. They're just like, no, please shut up, go away, I've had enough.
Because I guess they're just always put on that pedestal.
That's probably like a reason why some of them live in like private areas, because they can't really live in a neighborhood, because otherwise they're just going to constantly be swarmed at their house, getting doxxed and all that.
Yeah, I mean the classic example of like a public living area, like where people know where they lived, was like the Team 10 house.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Videos of that, and there'd be like 800 12-year-olds outside. Could you imagine how the neighbors felt?
I would get pepper sprayed.
Like you'd probably get like, as a celebrity, like public complaints from neighbors and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
that reminds me of when JoJo Siwa came out, and then the next day her house was swatted. That's also a big issue. Is people who do that garbage.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can despise somebody so much just because they're famous. It's like
I like to a degree. I can understand disliking some celebrities, but if they've done something wrong, then yeah, sure. But hating someone just because.
But never swatting their house or anything, because that's unacceptable. That's an extreme. That's just, it's not acceptable to do in any situation, to just swat somebody's house just because you don't like them.
Yeah, that must just be so scary too.
There's been cases where the person's been swatted, or where a person's been swatted, and then they get shot and killed because of that.
Like, that's just never acceptable. Really messed up and weird.
I guess it's like the obligatory contrarian, where it's like, oh, I don't like this person because they're popular. Boom, I'm unique and I think differently, so I'm special.
Joke's on you, buddy. We all hate rich people. a nice segue that we could go from here would be to talk about the other thing about celebrities who are given a bit too much clout and get a bit too comfortable with the things they say and do, and get to avoid consequences. But I think Ryan and I are actually going to tackle that in a separate episode where we can just go
How
off
long
about
have
that.
how long have we been going at this point?
It's been about an hour,
Has
so
been about-
I think we're going to wrap up soon because Ryan and I have talked a lot. We have a lot to say about everything about cancel culture and stuff, and just the power celebrities have, and when it's not used for good. But I think
We'll
I think we can say,
we'll let Connor talk about one
yeah.
more thing before
Ah.
we head off.
Okay, let me collect myself. I've been waiting for this one.
Okay.
Okay, so celebrities that have been screwed over by the media. Taylor Swift. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Taylor Swift, but I will admit, back when she was, like, people hated her for no reason, I was on that bandwagon because I was a kid and I didn't know any better. But, as I grew up, I started to appreciate her more and realize she's just a regular person. No need to hate her for no reason. And she's actually extremely talented. Like, she's been screwed over by the media and, like, the music industry so many times that it makes me angry. She deserved so much better. Like, recently, when she left, I could just say the record label straight up, but I don't want us to get sued. But her old record label decided to keep all her old music before her album Lover. And like they still make money off of it and she makes nothing. So what
Wow.
she's been doing is she's been re-recording the albums so they can be hers again.
Oh, that's why she's been doing that.
Yep. In November she's releasing Red, Taylor's version. Like she calls it Taylor's version, like in the title. So the
Yeah.
one that she's released recently was Fearless, Taylor's version, which slapped, by the way. I loved it. But she has a lot more freedom now. Like she's been doing a lot better. Yeah, like she has so much more freedom and I'm just so happy for her.
Hmm.
And like the media seems to have gotten off her back a little more, but also it's all rooted in misogyny.
Oh yeah.
Like they see a woman thriving and they beat her down in any way they can, just like they did to what was her name? Amy Winehouse?
Maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Amy Winehouse. The reason she committed suicide, Amy Winehouse, was because like I think she overdosed.
Oh
I
my
don't
goodness.
know.
I need
Yeah,
to
it's
put a
because
content
of
warning
like
there.
all the negative attention and like people would harass her at shows and stuff. It was terrible. Like the stuff that happens to women in the music industry is terrible.
It's just the music industry in general is just one of the worst media industries. So even beyond just there's just an extensive amount of issues because they also just don't treat their musicians properly either. And just like the whole copyright issue, like the reason why, for example, YouTube copyright is so bad with music isn't really YouTube's fault. It's because the music industry is just that vicious when it comes to music.
Yep. A really like bad thing that I've noticed is the Korean music industry and how they treat like how they treat their bands like BTS, Blackpink. It's like they pass out on stage and it's because they're like worked to death.
Mm-hmm.
Now hopefully there's a revolution soon.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That was a very nice dark or sad note to end this episode on.
Taylor Swift, I love you.
There we go. Yeah, saved it.
Taylor
Well,
Swift, you're a baddie.
Connor, maybe you should be in the episode with me and Ryan where we talk about the corruption.
Oh,
in the world.
for sure.
Let me in so I can talk about how much I hate Dream.
Go for it. Go crazy. Go crazy.
Oh, okay.
So I think on that note, it's a good time to end the podcast. So yeah, thank you for watching or listening, I guess, because there's not really much to watch.
Except how we're gonna just have in the YouTube video just Thomas dancing the entire time. Force him to dance.
I'm not animating that.
No,
You make
just
a little
You have
Yeah.
to animate a full
the
hour
video.
each frame hand drawn.
Yeah, it's not even like a looping GIF. No, we're gonna have you like animate, hand draw every single frame for that full hour.
So we're
You
back
know what
to
would
the
be
you
worse?
guys torture me. Okay.
Yeah, and
Claymation.
it'll be like photorealistic almost. You're gonna have
Alright.
to paint
Anyway,
animate it.
as Ryan was saying, please Ryan save me.
So anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by. It's much appreciated. Do check out in the description. We have a bunch of links for all of our stuff. So go check that out. And we'll see you next time we go on air.
Hello, it's me, Ryan Reynolds. Sorry, did I miss anything?